For my company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Man, this gamer paint, we are basically making this stuff is gonna look incredible when we're done with it. God's working with me, giving me the ideas on how to advance it even more. So, not gonna be ready today. We have to add in something else new to it that we want to make it even more insane. So it's not gonna be ready yet. This is just to make it. This is not basically do all the tests yet for it. So my big boy speakers will be here on the 17th. We'll be setting that up. We'll be doing the wallpaper screen first, and then I'm going to do my customized 150-inch build with my Warhammer custom built PC to go with it. Oh man, I can't wait. The containers are done. They're downstairs. I was going to get ready to pour paint. I was like, nah, we can make it a little bit more advanced. So that's what we're doing now. We ordered more stuff for it. All right, so today we're in the dedicated theater room with Old Faithful, our 1,000-lumen projector. Someone made a comment, not rude, very nice person made a comment, was asking some questions about if we can come in here and do this on something besides the 5,000 lumen projector, and we can do it on something under 3,000. We came in with an Optima 2800 lumen projector, so we had to produce on the screen, no problem. Now we're in here with 1,000 lumens. We're with Old Faithful. And Old Faithful is quite old. She is discontinued in 1999. Think about that. That's when Prince came out with the song 1999. So the screen we're using is the absolute black. This is a pre-coated screen, which means for those of you who may not want to paint at the end of the day or choose, you just don't want to paint at the end of the day. I didn't choose to want to paint in here at all. So that's why I went with the acoustic. This is the blackest acoustic screen that we make. Now, someone was requesting about rear projection demonstration. I got you. Trust me, I got you. Just been a little crazy busy with those labels for that gaming containers. So definitely going to do that one. Oh, wait till you see what else the absolute black does. You know, if you spray, well, we have to do that at the end of the day. We don't even have a version for that for the customer. We have to work on that one. But if you spray it on plexiglass, guess what? Black plexiglass, front and rear screen. So we have to order some plexiglass for that one. I'm gonna make a plexiglass screen for that one. All right, let's set up the Old Faithful. Get our fire sticks and everything set up. Now this projector I paid $75 for. This doesn't have 16:9, just so you know. It only has 4.3. That's it. That's how old it is. It is very old. This is the right fire stick, right? Two of them here. Here we go. Get her fired up. Now the reason why some people think, oh, we only do our demonstrations on 4,000 and 5,000, the reason why I have over 60 projectors is because, as I said before, we have so many projectors because we had to test our screen paint on everything. Not the same projector over and over again, again, again. That's why we have so many projectors. All right, let me see. Fire stick for this one should be this one. And if it's not, then it's the other fire stick we have on the floor. There we go. All right, you're so crooked. Oh my goodness, you're off. Definitely way off. I don't have to get one of the light. And I don't have one up here. Never have anything up here that I can use this. See if this will work. So I'm trying to get something to prop a little better up here. There we go. That works. Looks like just fine. So now we're using 1,000 lumens. For the person who wanted to know if we could run anything else in here besides 5,000, yeah, we could run. These screens run even lower than that. I've run, the lowest projector I've actually run on our black technology is 150 lumens on a Pico projector, and we did that for a picture frame display showing off Van Gogh. So they can run on 150 lumen projectors. We just had that for the requirement. They can go much lower than that. Now this one doesn't have sound, unfortunately, because of the whole, we have to run the adapter to the back of it to run the fire stick. As you can see, comes up with no problem whatsoever. some people get fixated on thinking that we have to use high power lumen projectors in order to get a screen to pull up. No. These screens have advanced ambient light projection technology, and they have a heightener that allows the screen to be able to pick up with no problem whatsoever. There you go, a portable projector. See how far we're back from the screen? See the image we can pull up? Yeah, this is why we call it Old Faithful. This is my main projector for testing. So when we test our screens out, they have to be to pull out the maximum zone downstairs on 1,000 lumens. And we test them against black paint and just about everything else we could throw at them. Now, for them to be on these machines, it's a reward. This is a treat for this machine to be on at 5,000 lumens. And as I told you, at 5,000 lumens, gray screens don't pick up, and they don't pick up at 1,000 lumens either. No matter what we swap out in here, that gray screen is not going to pick up. Oh, I wish I could get like this screen and with this projector at 16:9. Do you have any idea how easy it would be to mount that? At the end of the day, how big that projector is? That projector is big. But it doesn't have keystones, so I wouldn't be able to duck my ceiling fan, which I can do with that projector, because that's the only projector I have out of all the projectors I own have keystone that can literally go under the ceiling fan because of its advanced keystone capabilities. All the other ones can do it. But if I had this one, this little small one, made exactly like the big one up there with all the features, oh heck yeah, I would mount that in here, it'd be easy. I had to reinforce the mounts to put that bad boy in. Let me see, we need, I'm looking for, oh, my gray. I see UPS truck outside my house. Hopefully, they ship my speakers early. Because I'm going to test those suckers out. They are big. 215s. They're supposed to be 12s, but, you know, couldn't get a 12. Another 12 to match my 12. So I had to wear 215s. Oh, yeah, come past. Anything to me, I'm good. I can wait till the second, wait till tomorrow. Will be tomorrow. I can wait. That beautiful image comes in. So no, we don't have to calibrate. We don't have to have expensive projectors to make the screen look good. None of that whatsoever. Screens will operate on just about anything. We just don't require knockoff projectors. They will not work. Mind you, we were lights on. Even though this is a dark environment. Lights off, that's a cakewalk. But you really can't tell the difference with lights on or off because like I said, the way the screen is designed to generate. What does it make a difference? Okay, let's go over to red screen. Take our gray screen paint right there. We're going to it. I'm going to go to this one over here. And I told you, I can't explain it enough. No matter, we got over 60 projectors in the arsenal, in the house. Over 60. Any projector I pull out of my arsenal and throw it against the screen, a gray screen paint does not work on any of our projectors here in the shop. Nowhere, none of them. None of them. We can drop it at 5,000, 4,000, 2,800, and 1,000. 1,000 being our lowest, highest being 5,000, and a gray screen will not pick up. Green screen. Did she get that one? Green screen. I love when the 5 or 6 decide you don't want to listen. There you go. Blue screen. We do blue screen already? No, we didn't do blue screen yet. So what most people do when they have a gray screen, what they'll do is they'll up the caliber of the lumens on their projector, thinking that this is going to help. No, the higher you go, the faster rate you're going to be of washing your screen out. Mind you, like I said, a gray screen does not have the capability to pull up in a fully lit environment because the screen's going to wash out automatically. And then you're going to introduce that to more lumens on top of that, you're going to wash it out even faster. Even at 1,000 lumens, they don't pick up. Slow color change out. I can't even see the other end because they're at 4.3. There we go. Lights out with 1,000 lumens at around, let's see, my projector hits at 18, so we're probably somewhere between like 16 feet back from our screen. The reason why when you watch demonstrations on gray screens and you say, but I can see color and all that, yeah, because you don't have a superior black screen standing behind the back of it. Take that screen and put a black diamond next to it and see what happens. Your black diamond will basically wash that screen out with no problem whatsoever, because the black diamond is considered to be a more superior screen. Our technology being a more superior screen would actually take out a black diamond because our screens are jet black. This is a screen that produces a 100% contrast level. The whole purpose, again, and I explained it many times before, of gray screens when they first came out was basically be able to produce a better contrast level and color. White levels have nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Not a thing. If the screen couldn't generate a high enough white level, then the black screen wouldn't be able to show you the colors that it's showing you right now. It'd be virtually impossible. White light and black light is a balance. It's required in both when it comes to color. You want it dark enough so the color is rich enough and pops, but you also want it light enough to be able to set white levels so you can pick up natural skin tones and bright pastel colors so your images don't come up dirty. So you have to have a balance. And then in order for you to pull a contrast level, you have to be able to pull a 100% black level if you're going to have a true projection screen. And you say, hey, Ken, but you do gunmetals. Yes, we do gunmetals, but guess what? The gunmetal, the top screen we had out of all the screens we designed is this black one, because it can pull a 100% black level. That's why. That's why when we're designing the gamer screen is going to be designed to be extremely black. Now, it's going to have a strange color to it of black, but it's going to be very dark. And we need that for that screen to be able to pull those contrast levels through the screen. Because the games I'm going to be playing on this thing, this screen had better look amazing. Because I'm a huge gamer at the end of the day. I'm building a PC around a game. I actually literally designed a screen paint around the game too on top of that. I kind of did, yeah. So the whole purpose of the gray screen, when they talk about white levels, no. You're so backwards, so behind. If you were actually in the era where gray screens first came up, you would have noticed that the whole purpose of the gray screen was to make a better screen than a white screen. Because gunmetal didn't exist, diamonds didn't exist, the DMP supernova and all those other dark screens did not exist. Gunmetal was not even heard of. When you just had white screens and gray screens only. You couldn't claim white levels. You know why? Because the white screen would pull the more superior white level because it's white. Now, the whole purpose of the gray screen was to pull a better contrast and color. But then you got gunmetal that pops up on the scene sooner or later, and it's darker, which can produce better contrast and color. Now you got black technology that comes up, and it can produce better contrast and color. If you want a white screen, you go buy a white screen for white levels. As long as those darker screens can maintain a certain white level. Even when you were developing gray screen paints, what we did back in the day, if you wanted something that was a little bit darker, you had to make it kind of a mid-gray. You didn't want to make it too dark because then your white levels would suffer and your color would suffer. And then you didn't make it too light because your contrast would suffer. So it was kind of a little bit of a balance in between there. Yeah. Now the gray screen is an obsolete screen, and that's what it is. What's the purpose of it? Because it pulls, and I'm not talking about gunmetal, I'm talking about this gray screen. Gray screens are an obsolete product. What's it for? It can't be for white levels because white screens own, they dominate that section. No, 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 no. Silver screens dominate that section. A silver screen can pull a higher white level and a brighter image than a gray screen. So what's the purpose? One contrast levels? No, 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 no. Gunmetal can beat one of these easily. Well, if you're going to talk about 100% black levels, then that's because the black screens dominate because the black screen can pull 100% contrast levels. So what do? They don't pull a higher white level. They don't pull a higher contrast level. They don't pull higher color. Well, color better. It's more of a bump up from a white screen. That's it. But when you get to the gunmetal and when you get to the black screen category, that's it. You're done. And as for the paint we got here that's now somewhere in a landfill somewhere, that's not even gunmetal. That is gray. That's what it is. Gunmetal screens look black. They're so far on the edge of looking black. They're kind of hard to make believe. A real good gunmetal screen is a screen that you're mistaken for a black screen. That's a really good gunmetal. They're right on the edge of being black, but not black. That's real gunmetal. The problem that the individual fell into is he literally thought he was making a gray screen paint product to match what we had downstairs in the basement, not realizing and not being used to being in high forms of ambient light. Well, the reason why the screen looks that light down there is due to the fact that it's being hit with all the ambient light downstairs. But container, you don't match us in any way whatsoever because our gunmetal is dark. It's just the downstairs area pulls off that kind of light. But if people were really used to using ambient light projection and they really could do it, they would be in a much more brighter environment than what they are. All right, let's see, we're done with this. Let's put this lights back on. Now, we're gonna have people up there saying that, well, look, that's not my, yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's no way around it. Yes, it is. It matched. So as you can see, Old Faithful back here, 1999, a projector that's so old, it's in 4.3, got it for $75, SVGA 720p, does not need to be calibrated at all because the screen technology we have here pulls proper color. Let's go with Starfield Screensaver. I think this projector has a 100-to-1 contrast ratio. Yeah, I think it does. So imagine, we went from a projector of 2800 lumens, we went from a projector of 1,000 lumens, and then we have the 4,000, we did 5,000 on this unit right here. It doesn't make a difference what your contrast is. My contrast on this projector is 100-to-1. It really doesn't make a difference. You will always pull off a 100% contrast level no matter what. Isn't that beautiful? To be to go on eBay and go, I'll take that 720p right there. Oh, it only has 1,000-to-1 contrast? Oh, who cares? My screen's black. Yeah, that's the kind of freedom I have when I shop on eBay. Where most people have a gray screen, they're like, oh, great goodness, gotta make sure it's 4K, and I gotta make sure it has a 2 million or 3 million or 50,000 or 20,000 or 75,000 contrast ratio because I need darker levels, and I have to make sure it's really ambient light projection technology so the screen can point. Yeah, you have to go through all that. We don't go through that. We just buy and then display. That's the freedom. And then you have to calibrate because your colors ain't coming up right because you're in affiliate. And yeah, we don't go through that. I'm calibrating what? I ain't calibrating jack at the end of the day. 8K Desired Nature. I particularly like this demonstration because I love these deep dark contrast levels. There you go. That's why when I tell people, you have to understand the concept of the 250 in the back. The 250 in the back, people are looking at, oh, giant screen. But if you look at what the 250 is doing outside with black technology attached to it, again, the bigger the screen, the more light the screen's going to take in. This screen's 135. Well, not with this projector hitting it, but it's 135 we put on the big boy. At 135 inches with just this lighting environment, we're in a dedicated theater room here. As you can see, the gray screen cannot pull up at all, period. There's no way in the world that's going to be on anything bigger than that because that screen's going to have issues. The wonderful thing about the 250 in the back, you're talking about a 250-inch screen. That's a big screen. And in my projector, sitting back 25 feet from my screen at 4,000 lumens. So at around 6 o'clock, my projector at 4,000 lumens has to travel 25 feet to hit a screen that's 250 inches and display. It has to be to pull back an image of contrast and color and white levels from corner to corner without having any disruptions or problems. And I can do that with no problem. Where if you take a gray screen or white screen, not going to do too well. Mind you, I don't have 4,000 lumens traveling across 25 feet. We're talking about we're outside. We have no windows, no doors, nothing blocking any of the real ambient light that should be hitting the screen. And I have 250-inch of screen that has to be displayed. And we could do that on a $270 projector at only 4,000 lumens. Most people who try to do that one will be at a projector at somewhere between 10 and 20,000 lumens. Let's get some color in here. Let's go with favorite LG Jazz. Well, we gotta do the color one next. Well, you can see you're not picking up any color and you're not picking up any contrast. White screen right there. Those of you who have white projection screens, I bumped into a few people who have white projection screens. I find them the most interesting. They'll contact me about wanting a better screen, and then they'll basically have a discussion, not an argument, but a discussion on why they feel the white screen is better. Really. The white screen has literally been around since the solid era of the 1920s. That long. The only good thing about the white screen is it's a cheaper screen to paint over, which I'm glad they still make them. But other than that, they can't pick up color or contrast. The gray screen is going to be to pick up a slight higher bump, as you can see right there. See right there where you can see the detail much better, a little better on the gray screen. Not much, but right there, and look at the white screen, completely washed out. When I look at these older projectors, at first we used to get ridiculed about buying 720p's and get ridiculed about older projectors. How come we don't buy the newer projectors? Because the reason why I don't buy a newer projector, more up-to-date version projector, because again, I want something that the customer can look at and go, gee whiz, I can afford that. I can relate to that. That's what we want. We don't want somebody saying, well, how much is that? Oh, that's $3,300? Like, really? Like, no. Because if you're watching the image that's coming off my screen, that's coming from a projector that anybody can afford. Where if you're watching a demonstration from some people's demonstrations, well, that's a projector that some people don't want to spend the money for at the end of the day. From the customers I talk to and people I do business with, well, you don't want to spend a lot of money for a projector. They don't want to calibrate, you don't want to be stuck in dark environments, none of that nonsense. Even if you're in the dark, you still can't pick up. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, my personal favorite. LG Jazz demonstration. I like this demonstration because this is done a lot by people with gray paints because they feel they're showing you a contrast level. They always do this in the dark, never with enough light in the environment. And again, if you're going to be calling your product the best, go pick up some black diamond. Seriously, go pick black diamond up and do a demonstration against that surface. And then if you could beat that screen, you can call your product the best. But I doubt you will. That's a serious gunmetal screen. Now, every time that screen turns gray, that shows you right there that the screen is having an issue seeing color and contrast. That's why I tell you, you got to watch some of these demonstrations of people using gray screen paint products, because again, they will use these high powered projectors to make up for what the screen can't do. Gray screens have a very difficult time seeing contrast levels, so they would try to get a projector or get a projector that has an extremely high contrast ratio on it, so that way they can pull up a higher contrast level. Will you be getting the same thing? No, you will not be getting the same thing. You will not pick up the same dark shade of gray, sorry, not black, dark shade of gray. That projector can pick up because that's a different machine than you will have at home. The only way you'll be able to pick up the exact same dark shade of gray is you will have to buy that projector or greater. That's it, which means you'll be spending $3,000 to $3,300 for a projector. Well, my customers will spend, well, this one over here costs 75 bucks. And we can have the lights on. So anytime you're watching a demonstration on any company or any person, you're watching demonstrations, and you get the oohs and ahs about the screen, figure out how much the projector costs in the demonstration, because whatever they're using in that demonstration, it's what you're going to have in order to get the same results. And if they're calibrating and you don't calibrate at the end of the day, you're going to have to get those same results. That's why I don't like calibrated projectors or overpriced projectors with all these bells and whistles. And we don't like all that. And do we have to depend on the big boy Christie behind us in order to pick up an image? Nope. No, we don't. We can bring out Old Faithful. Old Faithful. So the last projector we used, which was an optical projector, would have cost my customers $50. The Sony projector we're using in the demonstration, $75. And if you really want to splurge and spend some money, that big boy Christie I got sitting behind me, only $500. I don't pay anything for projectors at all, period. My setup in the next room, $130 for my ultra short throw, and my long throw projector Christie, $109. In the visual room, ultra short throw projector in there, NEC, 60 bucks. Short throw projector for the ceiling, 140 bucks. And the Space Lounge, which I'm finished working on there right there, or the Galaxy Line, I'm going to call it. My projector hanging from the ceiling, 150 bucks. That's it. 2 projectors I use in my workshop, both of them cost me $275. Or $270 around that price. Oh, let's do something fun. Skyworth food demonstration. I love the theory that people say, well, he has to use a high-end projector in order to pick up white levels. Tish tosh. That's what the heightener technology is designed to do, to allow a black screen to be able to accept and read higher white levels, even at 1,000 lumens. Now, mind you, all these screens you see here, it's test up here, it's nothing. All these screens were developed in the max out zone downstairs with all that insane light. As I said before, if they look insane downstairs, imagine upstairs. And this is what we call our normal lighting areas, which everybody else calls the insane lighting. This is a dedicated theater room. This thing has a lot of light in it. Oh, do, 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 do. More packages, Oh, I cannot wait to finish my gamer paint. Now nice and bright, the levels come up. Now the theory behind black screens, and we just on a couple of forum sites today, is black screens are not supposed to have the capability of pulling up in fully lit environments. This is why when I watch a lot of demonstrations on people trying to make black screen paint products, we will notice that they will be in dark environments. And the reason why is because a black screen's already supposed to be having issues with being able to pull white light or being to have it be able to give off brighter, lighter images. But when you're in a well-lit environment, keep in mind this makes it harder for the screen to operate. In the dark, much easier. Lights on, even harder for a screen to operate. A black screen being as dark as it is, they think has a better chance of producing higher white levels in the dark than with the lights on. Ha 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 ha. Yes, this is why we have something called that heightener technology, which allows the screen to be able to generate high white levels even in a well-lit environment, even outside at 250 inches, which I displayed a snowstorm. Matter of fact, we get a snowstorm and a snowstorm, which is pretty cool. Cool. Let's check that LG snowboarding demonstration. And this is a portable projector. I can't imagine what the portables now look like when we start using those. I'm gonna check out some of those. ViewSon's got a few of these portables, and I want to check out. Optima has another Pico projector. I want to check out. And like I said, at the end of the day, my customers don't want to deal with crazy instructions. They do not want to deal with screens that are going to fade out and wash out, and they have to go out and buy expensive projectors to make up for what the screen can't do. They don't want to be stuck in dark caves, and even if you're in the dark anyway, the screen doesn't work either way. That's why I get different people from time to time saying, well, I'm going to be in the dark anyway. It doesn't make a difference. In the dark, it's still not going to pick up correctly. That's why you got people calibrating their projectors. How are you calibrating a $3,300 projector and you're still in the dark? I don't get that one. Don't get it. And here we are on 1,000 lumens uncalibrated. I don't get it. We go to some of these forum sites, 25,000, 30,000 JVC projectors calibrated in the dark. Because it's not just the problem. There's nothing wrong with the projector. Projector works perfectly fine. It's the screen that's having the issue. Now, for anyone who sits there and says, oh, no. It's not the screen, it's the projector. No. Unless the projector is a knockoff, then it's definitely your screen. That's why we put out a 1-year challenge. Those who don't know about the 1-year challenge, that's for people who had to swap out their projectors. We call their projectors crutch projectors because they need them. They got to lean on those crutches in order to get it to work. To swap out the projector for 1 year for a 720p SVGA projector. And in that demonstration, they've had to be in a fully lit environment at all times, like we are all the time. And they're going to have to show at least about 80% contrast off their screens. And again, it was never done. But meanwhile, downstairs, going into 6 months, we have our projector downstairs, which sits in a bay of windows at 127 inches. Customized screen. Where are we going to go to next? I think I'm pretty much done here. I don't want to run this video down too much. First one to ask questions about, like I said, I don't mind doing it. I have no problem doing it. Just getting time to do it, that's the problem. Let's see where we want to go for here. Let's clear this out and let's go with play this one right here. There you go. Let's get some natural colors in there. I'm gonna check on something real quick, make sure my packages, I got more packages coming through. Wow. go. Got some nice skin tones going on there, right? 1,000 projector. I'm gonna buy me another one of these projectors. Go get herself another cheaper projector, huh? $75 is just way too much money, don't you think? See if we can go cheaper than that. See the beautiful skin tones, that nice beautiful color in the background. Now, this screen we have is the acoustic screen, like I said, already pre-coated. This screen right here comes in two different colors. It comes in a black silver, which produces a higher white level, and then it comes with the absolute black. We have these at 100 inch, 120, and 150, 120, and 100 inches. Make sure we get that right. And if you notice, we don't get up and we don't walk over to the screen. I don't do that. I'm sitting back here where the projector's at. If I can't see it from here, then I can't see it at all. What's the point? So yes, you can run 1,000 lumens off our screens with no problem whatsoever. We have it at 2,000 lumens. That's what we recommend, but you can do 1,000 lumens. There's the projector right there. That's the model numbers. You can see right there up close. And that's the image is pulling up. All right, so to the YouTubers asking, can we do it with a projector under the Big Boy Chrissy projector at 5,000 lumens? Yes, we can. This is, we usually test our screens for with the 1,000 projectors. This is what Old Faithful is for. Old Faithful was bought for the purpose of being able to show our screens, being able to display on 1,000 lumens with no problem whatsoever. And no matter where I go at in the environment, that screen has to pull. All right, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you for your time. If you're interested in the absolute black or the black silver technology screens we have here, you can place an order on our website. We do have free worldwide shipping. We ship anywhere in the world for free. And of course, as always, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you for your time. Have to go in. God bless.